Hello everyone out there in internet land or TV land, or I guess it is internet land now. This is Chris McKee with Alamo Music Center in San Antonio, Texas. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. It's early 2019, all of the new stuff's coming out at the NAMM show, and we are excited to be one of the first ones to bring you a full review of this puppy. This is a new guitar, and really a whole new line of guitars from Fender. This is the American Acoustasonic Telecaster. It is a new cutting-edge guitar for the modern guitar player, and we're going to talk a little bit about who it is for and the specifications. But let's kind of talk about the audience and who is most going to enjoy this guitar. If you can't tell, this isn't a normal Tele. This is a thin-body acoustic guitar that is in a Telecaster shape, and it has an electric pickup on it, but it has an acoustic sound hole. It's fully hollow. It has a 5-way switch and 2 knobs. We'll talk about what those do in a little bit, but this guitar is designed for the modern guitar player that is blending lines. Guitar, and I read a lot of things on the internet from people that echo this sentiment. Playing guitar is not like it used to be. You had someone who played acoustic, or they played electric. They were a rhythm player, or they were a lead player. And that is all kind of being muddled. As a guitar player, I enjoy guitars and I play electric guitar, and sometimes that calls for me to play rhythm stuff, and sometimes that calls for me to play lead stuff. Any of you guys who play at church and try to cover a Hillsong song, and it's one electric guitar player, you know what I'm talking about. You're kind of like schizophrenic on guitar at times, covering many different parts. Usually you play acoustic and you play electric, and maybe you play both of those in a particular set. Maybe you want to play both of them in a single song. And maybe you don't want to play one or the other. Maybe you want to blend those sounds together. That's the idea behind this guitar. Fender is marketing it as acoustic, electric, and everything in between. And there's a very important feature on this guitar that really harkens to that last part of everything in between. And I think that feature is really where this guitar shines. But make no mistake, this guitar is for someone who wants to be creative with their instrument, and anywhere you go on the internet, you're going to see that. Whether you're here on YouTube or you're going through videos on Facebook or Instagram, increasingly there are young artists who are finding creative ways to utilize the instrument to make new sounds, whether it's looping or really cool affected wet dry signals, things like that. That is what more and more people are doing, and this is a tool to accomplish that. So let's go through the specs. So it is shaped like a Telecaster. Okay, it's a little wider than a Tele, and as you can see, it looks a little different. It's thin, just like a Tele, and it features a mahogany body with a mahogany neck, okay, an ebony fingerboard. It's got your traditional Telecaster headstock. The Fender logo is inlaid. It's got a graphite nut. It's 1 11/16 width. I don't have all the specs on this, but it feels like a normal 9.5 inch radius. It is 22 fret. You have a single electric pickup here, and then you have an acoustic style bridge, normal string pins here, okay, bridge pins, and then you have 2 knobs, which are both ebony, by the way. They feel really nice, and then a 5-way switch. Now the top of the guitar is Lutz spruce, and it is inlaid into the hollowed out mahogany body. So the body is completely hollow, and then you have a braced Lutz spruce top that's inlaid flush with the mahogany body. And then you have this nice offset armrest bevel here, which is nice. Ebony bridge, just like the fingerboard. And this cool sound hole. Now, the first time I saw this, I was reminded of a guitar that came out back in the 90s from Gibson. It was a Chet Atkins CET nylon string, kind of solid chambered acoustic guitar. And it had a shallow, smaller, deep bound sound hole, kind of like this. And so, when I saw the guitar, I kind of thought about that. Truth is, when I saw this guitar, I thought about a lot of different guitars, and you probably already have as well. You're probably thinking, well, there's a lot of guitars on the market. There's this guitar, which is an electric guitar with a piezo pickup. There's this guitar that has electric and acoustic pickups and allows you to switch between different sounds. There's this guitar that does electric stuff and then also has MIDI on board. And there's a lot of hybrid guitars that have been trying to kind of play in both worlds. In my opinion, this is the guitar that gives you amazing electric sounds and the best acoustic sounds of anything I've played thus far. And a lot of that, I think, goes to the system that's on here. So you have a 5-way switch, and then you have a volume, and then you have a mode knob, okay? And I'm gonna reference on my phone what this does between all the switches, because I wanna make sure that you understand correctly what the settings are on this guitar. Now, the whole system is a combination of things between Fender and Larry Fishman. And it's combining a Fender pickup that's designed by Tim Shaw, along with Fishman undersaddle pickup and a body sensor. Okay, this is all wired into custom electronics, and it has modeling on board like some other systems that Fender has, or that Fishman has done. So we're going to start at position 5. In position 5, which is the furthest toward the neck, you have the undersaddle pickup that is in mode A, doing a Sitka Spruce Rosewood Dreadnought. So mode A would be like taking your tone volume and turning it all the way off, okay? That's mode A. So that's going to give you a Sitka Spruce Rosewood Dreadnought, big body acoustic sound, perfect for strumming and flat picking and things like that. So here's that sound so you can hear what I'm talking about. So that's a really nice sound on its own. You're still in acoustic sound if you take this knob and you roll it, okay? It goes to what would be an Alpine Spruce Rosewood Auditorium guitar, okay? So think of tighter waist, still a somewhat deep body, more accent on the treble, probably better for finger picking, so. Okay, so that's your auditorium sound. Now we move to position 4. Now again, each of these positions has its own mode. But here's the thing, actually, before we go to position 4, let me show you this. Everything in between I think is nice because instead of a switch, you have a knob. And so I can sweep back and forth from the Dreadnought to the auditorium. And get different tonalities. It's not one or the other, so you can tweak it to suit your needs. Now in position 4, oh, that actually was position 4, sorry. You have an Engelmann Spruce small body guitar, so it's Engelmann Spruce and maple, kind of a small maple parlor. It's gonna be bright, it's gonna be dry, not a lot of overtones. And then B would be a Sitka Spruce and Mahogany Dreadnought. Now a Mahogany Dreadnought, kind of like think of a Martin D18 or a J45. Mahogany is a nice sweet mid-range in a Dreadnought because of that body size. You have a nice thick low end, okay? So again, position 4, starting in that A mode, this would be the parlor. And then you can move to the Dreadnought. Again, big Sitka Spruce and Mahogany Dreadnought. Now, things start getting interesting. We've gone through already 4 different acoustic sounds, okay? 2 different Dreadnoughts, an auditorium, and a parlor. And again, you can sweep between those. So one more time in position 4. Say you like the parlor, you want that snappiness, you want to introduce a little bit more of that low end, you certainly can. Now in position 3, okay, that's the middle position here. Got to pull it back up so I get it right for you guys, because I know how the internet loves it if someone gets it wrong. All right, so in position 3, which is your middle position, you have 2 different acoustic sounds again, but kind of different, not 2 different guitars. So in the first A mode, again, that would be kind of like rolling the tone knob off. You have a big dreadnought of rosewood, Brazilian rosewood, and spruce. Now, Brazilian rosewood, we know tonally has a lot of low end, chimey high end, and just complex overtones, which is why it's so sought after. So here, those sounds have been modeled for us through the guitar to give us this complex acoustic character like this. Now, rolling off, or rolling on rather, into the next mode with the knob brings in the body sensor. The body sensor is doing some really cool stuff here, and I'll show you what I mean. It's sensitive, so if you're a percussive player, you're really gonna like this, because you can turn this on and hear that? It's picking all that up. It's picking all of that up through the guitar. So it's very lively, and you can get some cool stuff going. And again, since it's a knob, you can blend in however. None. All the way. About halfway. Cool, huh? Now, we move into introducing some of the electric sounds on this guitar. So let's review real quick. We have done 6 different sounds, okay, with in-between tones that are available. Now we're moving on to position 4. Position 4 gives you the sound of a mahogany spruce dreadnought, okay, or, well, that plus blending in the electric sound, okay? And the electric sound has 2 modes, so it's actually blending in mode B, which I'll show you specifically here in a little bit. So first of all, just the acoustic sound. Now, we're going through this deluxe behind me. It's a version 4 Hot Rod Deluxe from Fender with a little bit of the drive channel on. So that's both the acoustic signal and the electric signal, okay? And I'm gonna sweep through one all the way. So from the acoustic sound with no electric to all of the electric pickup being blended in with the acoustic sound. Now we're recording this through 2 separate signals, an acoustic signal and an electric signal. And what I would recommend if you get a guitar like this, particularly this one, it excels at this, is run it through an AB box, split that signal out. The acoustic signal, whether that's going through an amp or through a PA system, leave it dry, unadulterated, no effects at all. And then on the electric side, have your effects, have your reverb, have your delays. You'll see what I'm talking about when we do the full demonstration on this guitar in a minute of the cool, really saturated full sounds that you can get when you run a wet, dry signal like that. Finally, we have just the electric sound. Now the electric sound is coming through this bridge pickup, and it has 2 settings, okay? It has mode A, which is a classic Fender single coil clean tone. And then the B mode, which Fender's describing as a little fatter, a little hotter. I would describe it as probably a more modern, hotter output pickup that really fattens it up a little bit. So again, going through the Deluxe, we've got some grit on the amp, but this is a great setting rolling between these because again, you're rolling, you can add in a little bit of that girth if you want from mode B. But you know, on those songs where you would typically go from something that's, you know, clean to something that's, you know, got a little bit more gravel in it, you can do that. So all in all, you've got 5 settings with 2 modes each. You've got 10 different options and everything in between there to, you know, basically just kind of do everything you need to do on one guitar. Now, I don't think there's going to be a lot of people, if I'm honest, that will have this as their one guitar because most guitar players don't have one guitar anyway. But, you know, personally, I want one. And I'm going to get one, and I'm going to use it in a lot of different applications because it is so versatile. It allows me to loop stuff and play over with an acoustic and an electric. It's a fantastic recording option, and on its own, it's got a pretty good acoustic sound, so it's a great couch guitar. It's a good practice guitar. It'd be good for traveling. It's really light. And it looks killer. It's got a satin finish, and I want to emphasize, this comes in a number of colors, and we're going to show this on the screen now for you. I'm holding the natural. It also comes in black, sunburst, sonic gray, and surf green. And only the inset wood has the color with the natural mahogany showing off the grain, all in this beautiful, very comfortable satin finish. It's extremely light. It's got brushed aluminum for the plates in the back, which are countersunk into the wood for a smooth appearance, and it's not neck heavy. It is perfectly balanced, okay? It does not dip like some guitars out there on the market, so you can feel confident, you know, having it hung over your shoulder with a strap on, yeah, and it's not gonna, you know, tip and fall and be uncomfortable in any way. So really, it's a fantastic guitar, and you can really do a lot with it. If you don't believe me, just take a look at this. So there you have it. Fender's new American Acoustasonic Telecaster. Again, available in natural, black, sunburst, sonic gray, and surf green. Fantastic guitar for the modern guitar player. You can play just about anything on this. Clean, dirty, acoustic, fingerstyle, strum it, whatever. You can do it all, and it excels, particularly with the acoustic sounds. The versatility that you have on here is just about unmatched in any kind of hybrid guitar on the market. So if you have any questions on this, go to our website, alamomusic.com. They are available to purchase and will ship out the 24th. So you can go there. They're available as of the 24th in store or online. And I hope you have enjoyed this review and seen what a stunning, amazing guitar it is. We're going to have more and more updates and comparisons and stuff coming to you. So subscribe and ring the bell so you get the notifications. Ring my bell. And so you know what's new coming from NAMM. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Hey, thanks so much for watching our videos. If you enjoy what we're putting out, help support this channel by going down below and purchasing one of the t-shirts we've made for you. Rock your support for one of the oldest music stores in Texas and the country, and your love of guitar. Just purchase below, help support our videos, and go to our website, alamomusic.com, for more goodies that you can get. Thanks.